Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video in our Moodle training course. So in this video, we will be adding a quiz into our LMS learning module. This of course is applicable for conducting summative assessments at the end of your module. And also this is the type of activity you can do for major examinations. With this LMS component, we can create a test which may be composed of several types of questions, including true or false, multiple choice, which may either be multiple response or single response questions. There is also a short answer question, matching type, drag and drop, and other types of digitally enabled questioning formats which are available in the Moodle LMS. Great, so let's get into it. So the last time we were able to create an assignment and add it into our LMS learning module. This time we will be creating a quiz. So let's get started with it. Once again, in my example here, I'll be using my data structures class, and the first week, which is August 17 to August 23. Here you can see the results of our previous video, the assignment 1. This time we'll be creating a quiz. Of course, make sure that you have your editing turned on. And then at the end of your module, you can add an activity or resource. This time we'll be selecting quiz. And click add. There will be two parts in creating a quiz. You'll be, first of all, giving the general details of your quiz. This will be the first page. And in the next page will be the actual questions in your quiz. So first, let's name this. Just call this quiz 1. This is just an example. If you want, you can have your description written right here. If you have your description displayed on the course, click on the checkbox. For the timing, you are going to indicate when the quiz will open and when the quiz will close. This is very important so that you'll only have a small window for your quiz to be open, so that your students will not be able to execute or answer the quiz just anytime they want. You have to have a window of a time frame where your quiz will be available. So since this is a quiz as an summative assessment for my first week, which ends at 22, because 22 because 23 is a Saturday. So we'll have our quiz opening up at August 22. So I'm going to enable this open quiz and select August 22. And it will close also on August 22 on the same day. But notice that the opening of the quiz happens at, 1300 hours. That's 1 o'clock. And we are going to close this on the evening at 23:59. So just before midnight of August 22. So their window of opportunity to perform this quiz is from 1 o'clock to 12 midnight. Then of course we're going to have to give them a time limit. So let's enable this time limit box here. And this is a 10 items quiz. Perhaps I can give them a 1 minute for each question if I have 10 questions. So I'll probably just use 10 minutes for the time limit. It's also important for time to give time limits for your quiz, so that your students will not have time to research using Google or whatever resources to answer your questions. This is just to minimize the possibility of students cheating. Okay? For grades, You have to assign this to a particular category in your grading system. So this is the prelim part, and this is a quiz. So this is going to be assigned for the quizzes. I will just assume that this first quiz here is the midterm grading periods quiz, because I was not able to give it a proper name. It should have been named properly, such that this quiz is for midterm and this quiz is for final. Anyway, you can edit your I can edit my grade setup later on. This is grade to pass 7. Attempts allowed. It's up to you, but this is just a simple quiz. I just have one attempt in this case. The layout is where you can dictate how many questions will be displayed at every page. There is that possibility of displaying one question per page. Then the student will press on next to go to the next question. Or you can have 5 questions per page, or 4 questions per page, or you can have all the questions in one page all at once. Every question. I will just do every 5 questions in a page. For question behavior, you have the option to shuffle your questions right here. For review, just there's a lot of things here. Just leave it there as it is for now. Appearance, if you want the images of your picture or the picture of your students to show on the result, if you want to, you can have a small image or a large image. I'll not use any image for this case. And the decimal places in the grades will have 2. If you want 1, it's up to you. Extra restrictions on attempts, you can add a password for your quiz, so that when a student takes the quiz, they will have to type in the password in order to access the particular quiz. In my case, in this example, I will not give any password. Then the feedback. You've seen this feedback part during the assignment example. And that's it. For classes having multiple sections with multiple teachers, you have to come here for the access restrictions, which again is going to be shown in a different video. And then that's it. Save and return. No, save and display, so that after saving, it's going to open up your quiz. Like I said in the beginning, there are 2 parts in making a quiz. We are just here in this part, the general contents of your quiz. So we have to save and display the quiz, so that from there we can add the questions. Okay, so this is now your quiz. We have no questions in this particular quiz yet. We have merely set up our quiz without questions yet. So let's go ahead and edit questions. So here we have no questions, and we can do add a new question. Every time you create a question in your course, it's going to be stored in a question bank. So if, for example, you have already created a quiz before for this particular course, you can retrieve those questions by adding a question from question bank. But right now we don't have any questions in our question bank, so we are going to have to create new questions. So here are the types of questions that you can add here in Moodle. We have multiple choice, true or false, matching, short answer, and so on. I will not be giving examples for all of them. I will be giving examples for the most common types of questions, which is multiple choice. There are 2 types of multiple choice questions. There is that multiple response and single response multiple choice questions. Of course, there's the true or false, which is easy enough, matching type, and maybe short answer. So these are the 4 commons that we can use in our quiz. Perhaps in your major examination, you can add some more, like an essay For mathematics or for questions which require calculations, you can also do calculated multiple choice if you want to. But for this example, we'll have multiple choice, true or false, matching type, and short answer questions. Firstly, we'll do multiple choice. As I've said, there are two types of multiple choice questions. There's that single response and multiple response questions. For this example, we'll have the single response question. For example, let's just make a bogus question, by the way, every question, for purposes of storing it in the question bank automatically, you have to name your questions uniquely so that these questions can be identified through this particular name. Okay, so the good idea here is you have to name your question according to its content, such that when you read the name or the title of the question, you can immediately understand what this question is all about. Okay, so for example, we'll just ask a very simple question of which among the following. Let's have the question first. Which among the following is a mammal? Very simple question. So we'll just have a name of mammal, like that. So you have the question name will not be displayed in the quiz. It is just for the question bank purposes. What's displayed on the quiz is the question text. In the question text, as you can see, you can write simple text, but you can also do formatting, headings. You can even add pictures if you want, as well as videos that are stored on our server. But for this case, we'll just have a simple text, which is of course most of the time is already all that we need. Then the default mark, this is very important. How much is the mark for this particular question? This is a multiple choice question with single option or single selection, so I'll just give it 1 point. If you want to give feedback to the answers of your students, you can also write it here. You can have ID number always and every time. I never really type anything for the ID number. This is for external purposes only. And here, one or multiple answers. This is the one that separates the two types of multiple choice questions, the one answer only and the multiple answers allowed. So since this is just a single option or single answer, single response question, we'll have one answer only corresponding to that 1 point. So here are the set of answers that you can type here. Every single box here represents an answer. So I usually give or write the correct answer first. Anyway, I've checked shuffle the choices. So siya na bahalang mo rearrange sa options. So we'll have horse. Horse is a mammal. So we'll have a grade of 100%. The grade is in percentage here because of the possibility of having multiple answers. Or even if you have, for example, given this a mark of 2, there is an answer that is the best answer will get 100%, which means 2 points. And there's also an answer that will get 50%, which means 1 point. You can also do something like that. In this case, there's only one correct answer within our options, so this particular correct answer within our option will get the 100%, which in this case is just the mark of 1 point. So the rest will have no grade. Let's have a lizard, hummingbird, and shark. All right. If, for example, you have more options, you can just click on this button to add 3 more blank choices. In this case, we'll just have 3. And then click on Save Changes. Now we have 1 question. This is 1 point, marked 1. So that our total marks at this point is just 1. If you want to view this particular question, how it would look like at the end result, you can click on this button, and this is how it's going to look like. Here's the question, here are the options. As you can see, it's a radio button, meaning you can only select one response. Okay, let's add another multiple choice question. This time we'll be using the multiple response type. So again, click on add a new question, multiple choice, click on the add button. Again, give it a title or a name. Okay, the title, kuha na pod, amphibian. Which among the following are amphibians? As you can see, the question indicates more than one. So let's give it 2 points. And this time, one or multiple answers. You have to say multiple answers aloud. Shuffle the questions, choices. So now we have our choices here. Remember, our mark is 2. And so we can probably say that we will have 2 correct answers. We can also have 4 correct answers if you want. Para dili obvious, you can also do that. So here we'll have amphibians. What are amphibians? Is turtle an amphibian? I really don't know. I forgot. Anyway, if there are 2 correct answers, so these 2 correct answers will share the 2 points. So this one will be 50%. What's another amphibian? Is crocodile? No, crocodile is a reptile. Sorry, nakalimot na yun ko sa biology. Anyway.
A few moments later.
Oh, we can have salamander. Salamander. Which will of course get 50% of the mark. Then we'll just add now some wrong answers. We have probably bird and a cow. Of course, the wrong answers will have no grades. And voila. Okay. All right. Now let's have what's this? Matching type. For this matching type, we'll have five points for this. We'll be matching animals with their adult names to their baby names. Okay? So I'll give this a title of young animal to adult. Okay? Have a question, match the following animals to their young names. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, we'll give it a 5 mark. And so here in our answers, our choices will have a question and an answer pair. So this will be the correct pair for this. We only have 3 pairs here, so we're gonna have to add some more. Okay, it's still loading. All right, so now we have 6. We'll have 5 only, and the other one will be just a pakapin, additional. I forgot the name of that thing. So here we'll have, for a cattle, we have a calf. For a chicken, we'll have a chick. Is that correct? I don't really know. For a dolphin, we have a pup. For the bees, we have larva. What else? For the kangaroo, We have the Joey. And we'll have one more without an answer. Monkey. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so since there are 5 pairs or 5 questions with an answer, there will be 5 correct pairing, and based on that, they will have to compute on the mark based on the number of correct pairs. So this is how you create matching type questions. Let's save this. Oh, you must specify.
A few moments later.
Oh, okay, it's nabali. This should be blank, and the other one should be monkey. I think that's it. All right, there you go. Sorry about that. So here we now have 10 marks with 5 questions. Since our pagination says that we are going to have 5 questions in one page, this is just a one-page quiz. If there were more questions here, it would have been displayed in with a separator and then the questions. And from there, you can actually drag where you want to place your question in terms of pagination. And if you click here, this one, this will shuffle the order of your questions in every page. So this is also a good idea. So there you go, that's it, and click on save for everything, and we have finished creating our quiz. Now I know this is quite a long video, but the next ones we will be adding items like feedback, forum. That would be for another video. Once again, thank you very much for watching.